Hi Leo, welcome back for your August reading. For those of you who are new, welcome. Otherwise, the ones that have been long-time subscribers, hello. Now, if you're wanting to book a reading, the link will be directly below. I have pulled the cards ahead of time and I'll get straight into the reading. Now, I have changed it so that we can look at various areas, just to get a better insight. Now, your chakra card is you're going to have to use your intuition, but it's going to directly serve you this month in giving you inspiration into how to directly deal with it, which is no surprise when you look at the planets. Most of the planets are about meditating, looking back over old ground, skeletons in the closet, old ideas, ingenuity coming through, sometimes Uranus. So using that energy is what's going to serve your future. You will be meditating on the negative, unfortunately, because all of us will be energetically going through that, but through that is going to come positivity. So instead of looking at it from the point of view of, wow, this job's not working, this relationship's not working, all that was painful back then, it's going to give you ways to relate and communicate with people in a more efficient, effective manner. But it's going to give you the insight regardless. I'll try and hyperlink it in through the whole reading. Now, your crowning energy is you're feeling that you just have outright bad luck. Be very careful this month with transportation, especially during Mercury retrograde. It can be somebody is or doesn't have their license at the moment. Feel it's a blessing in disguise, especially during this time, if that's so. It's divinely guided. Any blocks and roadblocks are there not because you got bad luck, but because you're being guided onto the path that you spiritually were intended to be on. And I have pulled aspects of spiritual cards to show you what your higher self is wanting you to do and what your aspirations are going to be. Now, what you're passionate about, what you're pursuing, or vices and passions you're having this month, how it's triggering you, or what you're doing to have that cause and effect. It can be conflict that is causing this. So it can be passionate arguments. It can be what you're passionate about, people don't agree with. So it's causing conflict in communication, clash of wills. It can be the way in which you handle these situations is now making you pissed right off and you're going, I'm going to fight for my right. It's high-strung energy. But note that the energy can swing like a pendulum left to right. And it's not just what's going on with you, it's a collective energy. So if you're mindful of that, the way you will directly relate to it will come down to you being aware of your emotions and using your ideals, i.e. your emotional intelligence connected to the collective that we're all going through it. And it may ease that aspect a little bit more so. Now, it can be due to that you're feeling you were like, no, I'm okay, everyone's purging, everyone's healing, I'm okay, and then bang. And you're going, I didn't see that coming. But your intuition sort of did, and that might be so why. Because you're like a fly on the wall watching a shit show going on, and you're like, wow, people are using their vices and I'm just sitting back here, and it's like you're in a storm. So you're either going to witness it or be 3D part of it, but it's going to be full on. Okay? Can be pride related, but I feel it's separate to you. You're directly connected though, in some shape or form. Finances, money. You're going to have a fresh view of it. And again, this is connected to your intuition. You've had a fresh idea. You're using your mind and you're thinking about what you can do. You're sensing something. Your third eye chakra is opening. Can be an awakening. It's giving you a sense of power, enlightenment. You can be experiencing heat in your body during this transformation. And it feels as though in the money sector, you're having a grand idea. Your intuition is going to guide you correctly. It is boding very well. I feel this may, for you, get off around September, October. But the manifestation within that is very positive. Now, your health. You need to keep the balance. You noticed, your intuition is telling you, in order to have a healthy life, something needs to come back to balance. Something's out of balance. So what's highlighted is, where is it balanced, where isn't it, and what can I do to get that physical, spiritual, emotional balance back so that stays where it needs to be. And it can be that things that you were doing before in the aspect of your life, you're no longer wanting to do. So you had chosen to separate from certain dynamics of food, certain dynamics of social kind of gatherings, could be even just anything. It could be the way in which you might have been so strict to the T where you would overdo things or underdo things, but you're trying to keep the balance there. Now, in your working life, however, even though in your money sector you've got fresh starts, grand ideas, using your intuition, something's ending, okay? There's going to be a death of a way you're doing something. You're either going to let go and start a new job. And again, Mercury retrograde, caution with contracts. But it feels you're having a redo. Now, when I say a redo, depending on what style work that you are currently employed in or working towards, you're going to change the way you're looking at it. You are going to change the way you direct your energy in it to create a better outcome. So it's an ending of a chapter, but it's the death of the way you used to do the work. Now, it might be you were in some area of study and suddenly said, this doesn't connect with me. My intuition's telling me. Or I'm doing this job, I loved it, why do I hate it now? Something needs to change. There's not enough give and take, there's not enough balance. It's not fitting your lifestyle. And you want balance in your health. Might be health related. If you're not working, it's the energy of situations you're working on. It doesn't have to be a job connected to money. It can be energies of use of your physical energy in your life and what you're working on. Could even be your family. But something is changing in that dynamic. You're using your intuition because you invested incorrectly and it's got to change. It's just got to change. You're like the way, either my opinion about the situation or their opinion. And again, some of these planets are about where is it your responsibility, where is it another's, where is it past related, where is it in the head. No wonder we feel like a bloody egg wash. Spiritually, you're going to be very verbal about this. You're going to be like, look, the way I see it, this is shit. You're going to be, it feels like there's family dynamics going on. You're trying to keep your calm, and whatever you energetically are working on or actually working on within a job, something in that chapter and that cycle is ending. It can simply just be inside yourself that you've reached a resolve and you're going to start communicating that, and you're going to be very direct and firm with boundaries with people. Boundaries are really highlighted this month and maybe even moving through the whole year. And even removing yourself from situations that just don't connect to you anymore. You're like, you're not my tribe. And you don't have to get to a point where you're like, right, I'm rewriting my life. I'm going to become a vegan. I'm going to become Buddhist. I'm going to be a tarot reader. And I'm going to just disown family, people, and haters. No, you don't have to. You're going to find your perfect balance of what you feel is correct. And when you go into hermit mode to heal, you then come out energetically different, where even having these people around you won't impact you at all, because your core self and the vibration and the frequency you're at won't permit those energies to directly affect you any longer. Couples or person in question you're thinking of, what your energy is. You're meditating, you're using your intuition, okay? You're like, what am I going to do about this? Now, this person's energy, it can be you're waiting for them to come to a reality. And it might be that they feel they've got plenty of choices. Now, it doesn't have to be connected to the relationship. It could be conflicts they're dealing with. It could be offers, romantic offers. It could be too many balls in the air where they're dealing with the things and they just can't make time. But a lot of us at the moment are doing soul work very separately, be it in a relationship or single. So if you heal you, everything flows. You can't, it's like being in a plane and it's crashing and they say, put your mask on. If that time's running out and you put that mask on another person, you may not even get it to them if you've not got one on yourself. So care for self, care for others, okay? And then you have that energy to move forward. So you're using your intuition. Now, one or the other in this situation might be being stubborn, but there is going to be a judgment, okay? There is going to be balance, a truce. You know, it can be a completion where you've sort of got to a point where you might realize that you're doing this for an actual direct reason. And it can be that they may have been an ego thinking that, oh yeah, I was doing this and I was doing that, so what's your problem? And you're going, man, I'd be investing up here. And you're thinking out here in fairyland, which is all good. No judgment. It can be a clashing of clans of the mind. But again, you've got the High Priestess. It's like going into hermit mode, meditating, communicating your truth from your heart chakra in a pleasant way, knowing that the planets are retrograde, seeing it from an external point of view and an internal point of view. Your decision you make right now may be starkly different in 8 weeks because we're in a retrograde. And the lessons that come through it are still going to be relevant. That's not to say don't hear your higher self, because it will tell you the truth. It might just be a bit complicated during a Venus retrograde. Okay, now what is blocking you? Is that you haven't moved out of sadness yet. So there could be a block from the past, and that can be in any area of your life. And that's what's blocking you. It's like, so the key to it is move that sadness or face that sadness, and there's going to be movement forward. What you're not seeing is what you're physically doing right now is you're thinking, how do I remove it? By you thinking on it is releasing it. As long as you're not going over the same cycle. You know, if you're thinking it and it's becoming emotional and you're releasing it, that's healthy. If you're thinking on it and you know that there's actually situations you can directly deal with and you're doing nothing of it, the unseen is there's going to be no change. Okay? So I'll leave you with that. And if you are wanting a booking, otherwise like, share, subscribe. Love you guys.